Hello and welcome to Jeff Landis, The Remedy. I'm kind of doing this because of Boyz II Men Remedy. Boyz II Men Remedy is a very, very underrated album that they did. They did it in 2007. It was independently released. So I kind of got the idea of doing Jeff Landis Remedy from this. Jeff Landis Remedy is released only on YouTube exclusive only. I'm doing a test run, not only that, but I just want to talk about things that's on my mind. And this show goes out to happy birthday to Summer Sutton, one of my good friends I've known back in the 90s. Uh, always bring them up because she was a good friend. And next week is my son JJ's 18th birthday. 18th birthday. I can't believe he's going to be 18 years old. That's so crazy. So on the Jeff Landis Remedy, I'm going to talk about things that's going on with me personally because I like to open up. And things with this kind of talking about me doing stuff with entertainment. So it's a mixture of everything. I'm going to try to go a half hour at least. Try to at least. Depends on my phone. Um, so here it goes, man. So I'm pre-recording this on the 6th, August 6th. So stuff could change between August 6th to now, because again, that's how life is unpredictable. Um, so yeah, right now I just want to talk about my personal life, man. And it's all going to make sense what I'm saying. So the reason why my personal life lately has been like a car crash. You guys, what's going on with the death of my dad, the way my mom treats me, and then my kids' mom's in a crazy situation. And it's crazy because I don't have to say stuff about what's going on because again, I just don't have to say what's going on. But I'm always worried about my kids all the time because of things. And my nerves get the best of me. Like right now, I'm nervous. I'm crazy. Everything that's going on with everything. But losing my dad definitely got me a big one. Back in the day, me and my dad didn't talk on good terms because he said she said stuff, and I was stubborn. I'm like, man, I don't want to live with my dad because I just don't want to get to know the guy. And I regret not doing it as a teen because my life would have been changing. I was afraid of changes because my mom was very lenient on certain things and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, maybe, yeah. So I regret not able to open up my dad and be like, hey, Dad, can I, at least try to, be there, you know. So I definitely one thing that I just wish I was able to get to know him as a kid and everything, and maybe things would have changed with my life. I just feel like that my life was always cursed and I got bad luck because it seems like that lately. I mean, I have a decent life, got a good home, got a great family, people that love and support me, but man, I just other things crash down on me. It's like it sucks and it hurts. I'm like, man, what am I doing so wrong? And you guys know that I'm trying to give my life to God and trying to make things right, to make my life peaceful. And this is the thing. I just feel like that's all crashing down on me. It's like, man, I'm trying to give my life to God and do everything I can for the sake of Him and everything else. And it's like, what am I doing so wrong? So I want to give up on trying to keep the faith because they say that preach the good word and stuff like that. But it's like, man, all this stuff keeps happening to me bad. And this leads into my stuff we'll do in my TV shows. Now, when I was younger, my TV shows was like the number one priority for me to get things done again. When I was a teenager and then before I had kids, it's one thing I love to do because it's something it's an addiction. People talk about drugs being addiction and drinking and everything like that. Well, doing TV and entertainment is addiction because people be like, "Oh man, you do a good job. You do a great job. Oh, I remember you when you did this back in the day, the backyard wrestling, you singing Boys and Men, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." It's like people don't understand it's a drug because it's like, oh, you're doing a good job and you make an impact on people. And back then, I was an ass. I was a straight up, I was a butt. I just was egotistical and everything else with people. And now that I've gotten older and growing up, it's like I apologize to people I was butts to. Again, I've had friends that turn against me, try to run their own shows. I've had people that threatened me with a BB gun. I've been shot at twice. People threatened to kill me. And like I said, I just had bad blood with my friends, and then we'd be like trying to go against each other, and The entertainment world is crazy and bizarre. They eat you up like sharks. Same with professional wrestling. I love professional wrestling, always will. Will I be able to wrestle again? I don't know. I would like to at least do one more match with my boys. In my head, I'm like, I want to do this. I got to get it done. But my body's like, I don't think you can do it. So that's also processing in my head too. Now I get to the retirement show as well. But it's like, man, I want to do one more match because I never had my official last match in the ring. I did my last match in the backyard wrestling with Mike Bullen. It was one good match. One great match I had with him. Mike Bullen was one of my good friends. And like I said, I've lost friendships through the entertainment because somebody want to be better than I. They want to be better. You know, life's a competition, man. It's all about the money and the names. You know, the like chef, boss, GM, and stuff like that. You know, if we didn't have those titles, man, we would probably live in a peaceful world and everything. But again, there's a lot of hate. It's a lot more hate than there is love nowadays. Unfortunately, that sucks how things go. But you know, I just I've done stuff I regretted back then. Back when I first was married to the kids' mom, I used to choose wrestling shows on my TV shows over my kids, and I regret it because I just do because kids and family are supposed to be first. That's how it's normal supposed to be. But again, when it comes down to creed and fame and stuff like that, it eats you up. It's like, man. And then there'll be days to where when Brett gets mad at me, he'll be like, Dad, you rather do your shows than be with us. I'm like, son, do you realize that was when I was younger? I regret every minute of it, and I've done it a little bit before where I've chosen my shows over my kids. But lately, I've been choosing my kids over my shows. Now I'm going to be working on my retirement show, which is we're going to be editing next Monday. Get done. It's going to be my wrestling matches and my moments for doing the shows. But with that being said, when we do that, there's some moments that me and my dad, some moments of me and a couple coworkers, we did a thing with the Halloween thing. Um, me being baptized, just some moments in matches that hasn't aired in forever. And a better version of the matches, because last time I did the version was being edited like crap because the internet was everything moved over. But now that I've got it transferred over to better quality, to be better quality of my matches that I had when I did independent matches. And there's gonna be some matches that hasn't aired on TV in a long time, such as the ZTW one with Ace Jones, Jeremy Bennett, and I was supposed to be the third man to be in the match, but I got busted open by Jeremy Bennett, and then Jimmy Jacobs and Jake Oman. You guys know Jimmy Jacobs, the Princess of Darkness of pro wrestling. He's been around, known, worked for WWE, WCW, and all kinds of other things. Just ran some stuff that hasn't been on TV in forever. Then ran on some new moments like my dad, Baptist, and just plenty of stuff. But just in general, it's like I lately I've been choosing my kids over the entertainment like it's supposed to. We all make mistakes in life, and I'm trying to learn from those mistakes. Sorry, I got a drink too. But it's tough, man. I'm really trying, and then with me working and stuff like that, and they cut my hours, and I just feel like like I'm either a failure or I just feel like that I'm not wanted. I was when they're supposed to be dedicated and hardworking in life, and that's what I try to be. But then I would get crapped on my. That's why I always think that I always say my family's cursed because I seem to get all the bad stuff on me. It's like I'm a human being. I made mistakes in my past, and I apologize for them, and I regret them, and I try to make up for them. But I still get crapped on. It's like, what am I doing so wrong, man? It's like I'm trying to do things the right way. But if I do things the wrong way, then I don't know. Life is just crazy, messed up. I am jealous of my Landis side of the family because they got their life straight. They got good jobs. They got houses. They got the license and everything else. And it's like me. It's like I feel like that my family's been cursed on the Landis side because nothing but bad happens. It seems. It seems. And I'm trying to do my best as I can, man. I just feel like sometimes I just wish I wasn't even around. I don't want to turn this all about me, but I wish that it was my dad. I wish it was me instead of my dad sometimes. And same with my grandma, because I just feel like I'm a failure. Now, this is not about me being depressed or anything like that. That's not what I'm doing to show the remedy. I'm just opening up about a lot of things that's been on my mind. And, the thing about me retiring from TV and entertainment is like, what else can I do? I mean, I've interviewed celebrities such as Jack Russell's Great White. Rest in peace, Jack Russell. Danny Trejo, Eric Bischoff, Jake the Snake Roberts. Got to film Sting, um, WWE wrestler Hall of Famer Sting. Uh, Became good friends with Tracy Smothers. Interviewed Donnie Baker, and my list can go on of things. Lita Ford, just things that I've accomplished for a TV show. I mean, I made a Fort Wayne history book, a Fort Wayne TV history book. I didn't think I'd ever make one. So this is the story: is I was working here at where I'm at now, 6 days a week, and I liked Mark Souder. Rest in peace, Mark Souder. Man, it's crazy talking about rest in peace with all these people that talk about in this video. But anyways, as I was saying, um, I was on a bus, and then, by the way, you're a footnote in my book, and I literally cried. Like, what? I'm actually in a TV. I'm in a history book, so I'm the first ever Landis in a history book, and I also feel like the Landis side of the family is embarrassed of me. But anyways, that's a different story. But I have made a Fort Wayne TV history book. I'm like, oh my god, I actually made a TV history book. Uh, One of my proudest moments of my whole entire life, man. I never thought I'd make a history book, but I made a Fort Wayne history TV book. That's just great, man. I have it right next to my desk, next to my notes and everything else, next to my voicemail autographs and stuff like that too. And they're my dream interview. There's two ways I would love to go out in entertainment. Two ways. Interviewing Boys to Men. I mean, I've had them do cameo videos and stuff like that. That cost me some money, and I had another person help me out with that too. But and then I had my last match with the boys. Now, my last match with the boys, we are talking about it possibly happening. But again, with so much personal stuff going on with them right now, with their mom trying to get her life straight and everything like that, I want to make sure that they're focused. I try to be best dad that I can be. Um, I try to be there for both my boys. They are my world. I may not be able to do things financially, but I try to figure things out to make things work out for them. They know I love them. I know the hell out of them, but that's what parents do, right? But I'm trying my best to do what I can for this too. It hurts me that I can't control the actions of what's going on with them now, because of, you can't control the actions of certain people. But I hope by the time this video hits, everything works out fine. Yeah, this life is screwed up, man. People like to see people fail a lot. People set up people for failure, and it shouldn't be like that. We all should congratulate each other for success. But again, this is a dog eat dog world. I learned that from when I was younger and as a teenager. I thought I could take the world on. Now the world can take us on. I try to be blessed on everything I've done. I mean, I don't think I'm an egotistical maniac, because I've interviewed this person or that person. I've been in a history book. I've been, last night I looked up Reddit and I was on Reddit. I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool. I mean, I've been on Reddit before, bad and good. There's people out there that love me, that I inspire, they say, and everything. And then there's people out there that hate me. There's people out there that hate me because I gave them bad reviews about their business. Well, I'm sorry. If you treat people right, then you wouldn't be treated. Then you wouldn't get bad reviews. But by the way, my hairdo was done by Brett. My son Brett did my hair yesterday. Paid him for it. Um, but like I'm saying, guys, this world is tough, man. Got a message. And shout out to everybody who's been true to me, who's been there through my trials and tribulations. I know sometimes I may be annoying with everything and pushing and promoting, because I learned one thing on Facebook: hey, you push and promote your business and your shows, and I used to do that a lot. But now I've gotten older, I've wind down on a lot of things. Like, I don't do shows anymore. I don't do many shows. The last show that we did was the reboot, not reboot, but the last show we did was the revamp. We've been doing revamp shows lately. We did a revamp of the Fort Wayne Wizards, because the Fort Wayne Wizards was an awesome throwback thing, because you guys know me, I'm all about throwback. So that was fun, doing the Fort Wayne Wizards thing. And also, with me doing other things as well. You guys know me too. Like we did the Southside revamp because the reason why I'm going to talk about this. So there's a certain person at a certain establishment that kind of reminded me of my high school crush. Everything to the T, attitude, voice. They had the same last name. Crazy. Like, oh my God, this is. And then I talked about on Facebook before, or not Facebook, but on YouTube, about how I had these crazy chills. That person's no longer around the establishment that I go to. I don't get those chills anymore. So it's like this person reminded me of my high school crush to the T. I'm like, oh my God. So I try not to get my feelings involved, and I'm like, man, I don't wanna. But I didn't, by the way. But it's like, man, it's just crazy on how the past kind of comes up to you when somebody looks like that, somebody in their past, and they have the same attitude and same. It's just crazy, man. This world is full of surprises and craziness. But yeah, I just sometimes I don't know, man. Sometimes I wish I was better off not here anymore. I'm not saying I'm suicidal because I'm not, but I just wish that things would be better off for me. I pray every day. I try to give hope, and everybody tells me don't give up on God, and I'm not trying to. But all the stuff that's happening to me bad is like, I want to give up. My dad wouldn't want me to give up. So they say when you turn to God, things will change for you, and I'm trying to do that. But it seems like whenever I try to turn to God, bad things happen. And my dad was a pastor, and he told me not to give up. There's been times right now I want to call him like, Dad, what do I got to do, man? I'm trying to do my best as I can. And my dad would give me advice like, "Well, son, I've been through that before." I was like, so. I do miss my dad dearly, even though he passed away about a month getting there, and I'm taking his heart, guys. But again, some people grieve different. Some people grieve, you know. It's tough, man. I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm trying to be the best person I can be to people, no matter what. I was telling you gotta be treated, but you gotta treat people right. You gotta treat people with respect, and that's what I've been trying to do. But again, there's some people that I know that's the world's been crapping on them, and then they got attitudes, and I completely understand that. They feel like that their life has been hell, and it's like there's just so much you can control, and I just wish the best for people. Before I never used to worry about freak out about anything and everything. Now lately, my anxiety is, I'm trying to work on that. I threw away my anxiety pills. My dad's like, throw away your anxiety pills. Maybe you'd feel better about yourself. And I threw them away. Trying to leave things in God's hands. But again, as a human, your instincts think of, well, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So your human instincts takes over you. Like I said, there's just so much on my mind right now, so much on my plate. That's why we got editing coming up August the 11th, and then the second editing part just in case. Just can't wait to get it done. Because again, after we do the retirement show, what's my future going to be? I mean, I don't want to do television shows anymore. I mean, if I do one more TV show again, like I said, this is my retirement show. I want to go out this way. I know when we pre-recorded this stuff, I said some things before, but you know, I don't regret what I said until in the videos. But and then just the way the whole video, because during that video thing, that Sarah and Brett got into a car accident that same day. That same day, and Brett's like, "Go ahead, I want you to continue." But me and Brett went swimming that day after it and everything. But when we do the editing of the retirement show, I went out the right. I'm going out the right way. So there's two ways I want to come back: either interviewing Boys to Men or the match with the boys. I prefer my match with my boys because pro wrestling has always been my life. Everybody knows, oh, Jeff Landis, you're that backyard wrestler. Jeff Landis, you're that wrestler, and et cetera, et cetera. Wrestling has always been my to go to. I loved wrestling when I was a kid. Hell, I used to put on wrestling matches at my elementary school classes because they had like a thing at Meadowbrook with like a wrestling ring. I'd be Ultimate Warrior. Montreal would be Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, Montreal Jones. Tim Tober would be Ron Simmons, Brandon Cooper, I forgot who he'd be. I talked to Brandon and people from the past, and I still represent New Haven. I still represent Southside both schools. But yeah, wrestling has always been my to-go-to. Everybody knows me. Oh, I'm gonna wrestle you, Jeff, or et cetera, et cetera. But pro wrestling has always been my life. I'll always like it no matter what, even if the product's not the best right now, I'll still like pro wrestling. But it's only two ways I would come back after doing my retirement shows, either if I do the match with the boys or the boys to men interview. I've already reached out to their agent before plenty of times. I reached out to the agent once this year, and because they came to Indiana March or August 1st in Hammond, Indiana, and I didn't reach out this time because, like, why should I? But I tried to have a match with my boys, tried doing two matches, but again, I had to cancel it because it's either the boys had to eat or thing like that. So if I were to do a show, if anybody that has a wrestling ring out there that they will let me use, or a building I can use for at least, because I want to do at least a 20-minute, 15-minute match with my boys. So if I do that match, again, me and the boys are talking about doing a match. One more match is what I want to do to end my final goodbye and pass the torch to them. But again, there are all these obstacle courses coming between me. It's like, man, is it actually going to happen? So, like I told them after we get done editing the final retirement show, possibly, we might be doing that match. I don't know yet. Still up in the reins. But I'm just hoping we at least get that one more match. I don't care if it's in the backyard with a wrestling ring. I want to get this last match done. We're about to wrap it up here pretty soon. Probably do 25 minutes. Thought I could do 30. But you know how sometimes phones are. But as I was saying before, I would love to do this last match with the boys. Like I said, this is being pre-recorded August the 5th, if I'm correct. Yeah, August the 5th is being pre-recorded right now. August 6th, sorry, is being pre-recorded right now. So again, things could change. Like I said, next week we are editing the retirement show. So after the retirement show, me and the boys are going to plan on talking that out. So I don't know. I want to, the retirement show, I want to show my moments and my matches, because the wrestling stuff I've done, man, is my biggest accomplishment, because I've always wanted to be that pro wrestler. And like I said, with these matches I'm going to be showing for the retirement show, are better quality of my independent matches I've had. I've had like 6 or 7. There's been a couple of them I've had that I can't find a video footage of. Like there's some with Doink versus Luscious Leroy. Me and Sean Armstrong was Luscious Leroy's manager. Can't find that footage. Me and Sean fought the Weilers in Fort Wayne at Sunset Hall. Can't find that footage. Me versus Hollywood Blue at the time. Can't find that footage. So there's some footage that's missing that I can't find that I would love to add on there, but I added some new stuff on there where this is a brand new product, and I added some crazy new moments as well. So again, after the retirement show is done, I'm going to see where my mind frame's at, where my boys' mind frame's at, and possibly doing the last match. Possibly. Not guaranteed, but I would love to do the last match. Possibly. But I don't know yet. Like I said, I'd rather go out with a bang and do stuff with wrestling. Yes, I'd rather interview boys to men and stuff like that. Now, what I'm going to do after my retirement show, I will still do interviews on YouTube and Facebook, like I did with JD that came into town. I like to do spot-on interviews and catch up with old friends, especially that I've worked with on TV, because we tell our stories because everybody's tired of hearing my story. So if you get what I'm saying, it's like, I want you guys to hear their side of the story. You guys hear my story all the damn time. So that's what I want to do. I want to do that. We're going on 25 minutes. I thought I can go 30. I know we could go 30, but with it being 10:03 and I gotta still eat before I go to work and everything. Thank you, Copper Spoon, for letting me use this establishment for right here. Let me express how I feel. I've recorded at this place before, just never this spot, because this spot is like, it's golden to me. I like it. Of course, you guys know I've done videos here before. So again, that's what's going on with me, guys. Hopefully you understand why I'm going through and what's going on with me personally and professionally. Try to do as best as I can. I never give up. So everybody that's been there for me since day one, thank you very much for your support, and sorry for putting you guys through all the craziness and BS that I've been through. But again, that's me being a real. I'm a human being first before I am an entertainer. I'm a father first before everything else too. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for watching Jeff Landis The Remedy. This will be YouTube and DVD exclusive only. If you want to get on DVD, let me know. My franchise can get this on me on DVD for DVD. Thank you guys for watching Jeff Landis The Remedy. Happy birthday, summer again. Hope you enjoy your birthday next weekend. Next week will be my son's 18th birthday. 18 years old, JJ. 18 years old. But thank you guys for watching Jeff Landis The Remedy. There may be more in store for this. Again, that's where I got the idea from. Boys to Men The Remedy. They're an independent label. And like I said, YouTube is my independent label. Access 4-Wind is my major label for doing TV shows. But guys, I'm out like a knockout. Thanks for the support.